John Hall from Right Here Pens here to talk about the custom 742 and 743 from Pilot. This is the 742, this is the 743. Not a huge amount of difference apart from, you can see the finial band, the cap band and so forth. It's slightly broader on the 743, but otherwise decent cigar shaped, fairly classic Japanese style. Nice clip, nice big ball there, that's fine. But otherwise unexceptional. But what is exceptional for both of these pens is the range of nibs that's available, the variety and the excellence of these nibs. The one that we're particularly interested in today is the FA nib, which is an extremely flexible nib that until recently has not been available in the UK or Europe. A lot of people have actually taken the trouble to import them from Japan direct because it is an exceptional nib. So we're delighted to be able to offer it to you. I must apologise, there's some building work started out the back here, but there we go. So, differences between the two pens. Well, as I said, with the cap on, not a huge amount of difference. When you take the cap off, it becomes clear that there is a difference other than the approximately £100 cost difference. And it is because of the nib, because the 742 has a number 10 nib in Pilot's numbering system, and the 743 has a number 15 nib, and you can see there that the nib is significantly bigger. You've also noticed, no doubt, the cutout on the side of the nibs, and this is because these are both flex nibs, and these are the FA nib, which is the more flexible nib. So really enough about this. If you want to find out about the range of nibs that's available, I would strongly suggest you have a look at our website, where we have information, pictures and brief writing samples. But in the meantime, we're going to have a look ourselves and see how they perform. Okay, what we're going to look at today is two FA nibs. This is the flex nib, and not to be confused with the Falcon nib, which is on a completely different pen, and although it's flexible, is not the same nib at all. And also the Coarse nib. I thought I'd do this one because it is, of course, one of the smoothest nibs I've ever come across, and it's extremely broad. Why they call it coarse, I don't know. The Japanese seem to think that coarse means extremely broad. But there we go, that's fine, it's a nice nib. So we'll have a look at all of them. Right, so we'll start with Custom 742 FA nib. I've noted before that the nib is quite distinctive in terms of the cutout there. Not a great deal of decoration on it, as you can see. It's a very plain nib, but it's all in what it does. So let's have a quick look. Here we go. Spot of ink. And let's first of all see. Okay. So there we go. That was virtually no pressure, and it was already flexing. And as you can see, oh gosh, it flexes very easily. It's a very, very nice nib. I've often reflected on the fact that if I could write, I'd probably be quite dangerous. But you can see there, even in my inept hands, it flexes beautifully. Very nice indeed. So that's the 742. Let's just put that down. Oh God. There you go. Right. Let's try with the 743. A much larger nib, and see what we get there. must admit I used even less pressure. There. Yep, horrible, I know, but there we go. It does give you an idea of the degree of flex that's available from the 743. Did I notice a huge difference between the two? Because bear in mind they do cost, there's £100 cost difference. So when I say not really, not a huge amount of difference. Cutting my own throat there, mate. So not a lot of difference for £100. But it is a beautiful looking lube. Now this is the Coarse, and you'll find out why it's called that in a minute. So in terms of line variation, well, it's not meant to be a flex nib, and my goodness, it's not really, is it? However, the line that you're getting is pretty much as broad as a well-flexed version of the FA nib, and it just stays this width. So we ask ourselves, is it stubby? Teeny weeny little bit, but really not very much. It's a nib for people with big, bold writing, which I don't have, unfortunately. It's broader than broad. I think it's probably broader than double broad. So here we have the Coarse. Now that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a thumbs up or even subscribe to the channel. There will be more like this coming soon. We like our pens, we like our flex. So the Pilot Custom 74213. Investigate.